aloud. In our read aloud today, you heard, although most ancient Roman buildings are now ruins or completely gone, Roman culture has changed the world in ways we continue to experience today. Ruins are the remains of a structure of an old civilization, such as broken down buildings, old bridges, roads. Many people visit the Machu Picchu ruins in Peru, South America, which are remnants of an ancient Inca civilization. So that's actually what I had earlier as one of our vocabulary words was that they were the Machu Picchu ruins in Peru, which is kind of cool. Have you ever learned about, or heard about ruins before?
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome. What and where were those ruins that you saw? Griffin.
I saw. Can it be in this unit?
Yeah.
I saw the big
Aiden, close it.
The sports
Coliseum. Fabulous. He saw that Coliseum. That's a great one. So maybe not in real life, but it's a piece we've seen. What if you've ever seen ruins outside of our reading today? What are some ruins you've seen before? Cooper.
I've seen it on TV, but Jerusalem.
Okay, Jerusalem. Fabulous. There's lots of ruins from there. If you were sitting correctly, you wouldn't be losing everything out of your desk at this moment. Don't bother picking it up. We are learning at the moment. Ryder? You need to be with the class. Alexa, what other ruins have you seen before?
Like something like
Okay, now those ruins are going to be the old buildings, right? And they're wearing down and kind of becoming crumbled or ruined through that time too. So I'm going to give you my example quick that maybe some of you have seen before. When I was younger, my family went to New Mexico. Have you ever heard of or been to New Mexico before? Fabulous. And they have in Mesa, or in New Mexico, they have these southwestern adobe buildings. And you can tour them and see them. And some are more completed and some of them are in ruins. And so it's kind of crumbled down. That's the only thing I have experienced. But there might be other ones as well. Yes?
It was in our science. And it was the building that was falling down. And it couldn't go everywhere.
Perfect. So it might not be like super ancient ruins, but that building, and remember it was kind of crumbling down in science. And eventually they just had to knock it down, right?
Yeah.
Fabulous. Lexi?
My grandpa's barn
might be in ruins now. Kind of old and getting yucky. Good. Fabulous.
It's gone. I know one that is.
What part of speech is ruins? Is ruins going to be a noun, a verb, an adjective? What do you think it is?
Adjective.
Now, wait. Is ruins going to be a verb where it's an action?
No.
No, if we know the Colosseum is a ruin, is that going to be showing an action? No, it's going to be more of the, in this form, it's going to be more that like adjective piece. It's going to be describing that Colosseum. We might be able, if you were going to use it too, you could say like that is a ruin. And if we just say ruin, then that's going to be more that noun piece to it. But we're using this to describe those Colosseums. Good. A destroyed building is sitting. Ruin or not ruin? A destroyed building or a city? Ruins or not ruins? Those are ruins. The remains of a very old town. Ruins or not ruins? Good. Those are ruins. New school building students attend. Ruins or not ruins? Good. Not ruins. Houses destroyed by a tornado. Ruins or not ruins?
No.
Not ruins. Those are just destroyed by something. They didn't wear down over time. Actually, this one does say it is ruins, but new buildings, skyscrapers. Ruins or not ruins? No, not ruins. Very good. Nice job with that today. Third graders, we're going to take this and carry it right into our next piece, okay? So in our reading today, we heard about a few different sayings and phrases. And one of them was about our roads. And our phrase or saying was? All roads lead to Rome. Fabulous. That was a saying or a phrase that we came across today. Today we're going to be talking about those a little bit as in proverbs. So we call those short sayings, those short phrases, we call them proverbs. And proverbs are traditional sayings that have been passed down orally, which means by voice. They've been passed down over and over again from generation to generation. So maybe your great-grandparents said it, then your grandparents, and then your parents picked it up, and now you say it. So just different things. You may not have heard a lot of proverbs yet because you're still pretty young, but you start to pick them up through time. Raise your hand if you've ever heard any of the following proverbs. You ready? Don't go crying over spilled milk. Yep. Now, spilled milk. Big problem or little problem? Little. This is kind of what they're saying there. Never judge a book by its cover.
Yeah.
You've ever heard that proverb?
Yeah.
Everybody has heard it. You can show me by your hand. I can see. When the cat's away, the mice will play. That's a good one. We are all in the same boat. Good. So Proverbs, we're going to talk about them a little bit. Proverbs usually express some truth and observations from everyday life. Some proverbs have very literal meaning, which means like what they say, they actually mean. Like we're all in the same boat. This may be true if a group of people are all sailing around the ocean, right? This is something that could happen. You are literally in the same boat. And you are in the same situation as everyone else. When I would say like, hey guys, we're all in the same boat here. Are we in a boat?
No.
But we're all in the same situation. And that's what we mean in that saying. Typically, a proverb is what we call a figurative speech. So it's describing a situation. So like we're all in the same boat. It's just describing what's happening. It's describing that situation. If I say we're all in the same boat, are we in a boat?
No.
But we're all in the same situation. If I say like I talked about a tiny bit, no use crying over spilt milk. Now, it could actually mean like, hey dude, you just spilt your milk all over. Kaylin spilt hers the other day. No use crying over spilt milk, right? It could literally mean that. Or it could be like, is milk a big deal? No. So we're just saying, hey, there's no use crying over something small. Okay? No use crying over spilt milk. Even Chloe ripped her page. Instead of saying, no use crying over ripping your page, Chloe, I could just say, oh, no use crying over spilt milk. I'm just simply saying, not a big deal, right? Don't be crying and whining about something that's small. The cats will play when the mice are away. Do mice go out a lot?
No.
Like, think about like barn mice. Are they going to go out a lot?
Yes.
Who's going to get them if they go out?
The cat.
The cats. But if the cats are away,
The mice play.
the mice will play. I always think of this like, at my house, I am in charge.
You're the cat.
And my husband. I'm like the cat. But when I disappear, my mice play. And things get a little bit wild at our house because the cat is gone. It is interesting, right? They go a little crazy. So, we're going to go back again in our images and we're going to look at our aerial view.
Whoa.
There we go. We have our aerial view of the Colosseum one more time. And the Romans built an amazing interconnected road system in most of Europe that led out of Rome. The network of roads made communication and travel much easier throughout the Roman Empire and allowed the empire to continue to expand. The phrase that we've talked about over and over again, all roads lead to Rome, is a proverb used to describe the Romans' roads. So this proverb can be used today to describe students working on a math problem. So like all students are going to get the same answer. We've talked about that in math, right? So like if you're all working on it, if I choose to do show all totals, you choose to do your count bys, whatever it ends up being, we're all going to get the same answer. All roads are going to lead to Rome. We might not do it the same way, but we're all going to get to that same spot. So we could literally mean all roads are going to lead there, but we know, is that the case?
No.
But whatever path we take is going to help us get there. Fabulous. Third graders, we're going to move into our readers. Go ahead and have them out.